each passing moment you make yourself more my servant. No. It is unavoidable. It is your destiny. You, like your father, are now mine.
Told you that if you give in to your anger, you get converted to the dark side. Told you. No, I'm talking. Okay. So he was saying, the Dark Lord was saying, give in to your fear and anger, right? So, what does it mean to get caught in the dark side? We play with it, but here's what we're talking about. Fear, anger, jealousy, and insecurity, which is really about ego. Is it okay to have feelings? Yes. Yes. Does it matter what we do with the feelings? Yes. Yes. And that's when observing becomes so important. But here's what we mean by getting caught in the dark side. Every time we get fearful, angry, jealous, insecure, and we're operating from ego, we don't make decisions that will ultimately get our needs met and or meet the needs of people around us. Okay?
Will you say that again? When we move into, we're afraid, we're in an anger moment, we're feeling jealousy, insecurity, it shuts down or shifts over into the dark side, if you will, right? And we're not able to meet the needs of ourselves or even recognize that other people have needs, and therefore oftentimes there's where conversations go south.
So, what do we do about it? First of all, this is where self-awareness comes in. Being able to observe that you are currently caught in personal reaction. Right? Everybody has a little key that they use. If they don't, you need to form one. That is, you step back for a moment, you take a deep breath, you say, hold it. Whatever it is that you do, everybody here has something that they use rather than like slap somebody or slash their tires. You all have something that makes you stop for a moment.
Or hopefully you've grown into it.
Yeah. Yeah. So I want you to think about that thing, what that thing is for you. Do you visualize something? Do you tell yourself something? Do you take a deep breath? Do you literally step back? I know it might depend on the situation, but think about what that thing is for you. Okay? So, recognize what you're feeling. I feel like that little poop just put me down. Right? I feel like I'm less than. I think I need to feel important. Now, I have a choice. I can say, I can satisfy my own need, which in our work situations is what we need to do all the time. We can't expect the people around us to meet our needs, right? So in work situations, I have to learn how to address my own need. I say, you're okay, Sharon. We'll talk about it later. You're okay, Sharon. I know I'm important. I know what I do is important. So now I'm kind of back in balance, and I'm able to tune into you and see, sounds like you're really upset. Tell me what's going on for you. It sounds like you might be needing some reassurance right now, you know, because you're upset. Now, if I'm wrong, you'll tell me, no, I don't feel that. Okay, well, help me understand what you are feeling, right? So, if it's a different kind of situation than a wraparound team meeting, I might make a request. And I've done this with Jared. I've said, I need to feel X, Y, and Z. Could you please do this instead of that? Now, Jared can either satisfy that request or not. It's up to him. I can't be all attached to it. You know, oh, you mean you're not going to meet my need? You know, I'm making a request. I'm not coming from being all attached to changing his behavior. I'm taking responsibility for my need and asking him if he would help me with it, right? So being able to say to somebody in a personal kind of situation or work with your cohorts, being able to say, God, I'm just feeling so stressed out right now. Can I have a hug? It's making a request based upon your own need. Instead, we have a tendency to get caught in negative communication, right? So you make a snide remark because the person didn't automatically hug you, and then they make a snide remark because you made a snide remark, and pretty soon the communication has all gone to hell. One of the things that I think about that comes into my mind all the time, and it must be important because I keep seeing pictures in my head, it's kind of like male-female communications with regard to needs. A guy really loves me, and how he shows it is that he takes out the garbage every Monday, regular like clockwork, and makes sure the lawn is mowed. For me, showing me you love me means you bring me roses. So, do I think that taking out the garbage means that you love me? Hell no, where's my roses? Right? So, pretty soon we end up in marriage counseling and I say, he never brings me roses. And he says, well, I take out the garbage. Right? It's simply understanding other people's needs. If he was able to say, I show you that I love you every day. I make sure that I take out the garbage, and I make sure that the lawn is mowed. I make sure that the electric bill's paid. That's my way of showing you that I love you, right? So I can say, never occurred to me, right? Would it be possible for once in a while, like on my birthday, could you give me roses? Now I'm requesting. And he can say, yes, no. He can say, how about I do this instead? Or whatever, right? It's negotiations about needs. Because we all go around having these needs and not realizing them, and then we call ourselves needs-driven, right? So that's why we want to get better at this every single day. We want to get better at needs-driven.
And just take a zoom in. We've been talking, this workshop is designed to work with everyone, right? But let's just zoom in for a second on the family practice level. Oftentimes, being part of leadership over a large amount of number of families that are being worked with and wrapped around, staff will come in and they'll say, we got to talk about this family. And then they go in. And in the conversation, oftentimes, it's not about the family. It's about that staff having a need that they aren't recognizing. Because people are on their own journeys. They're going to go where they're going to go. And we want to be there to support them, obviously, and keep them safe as much as possible. But oftentimes, it's about recognizing that, oh, this family's making you feel incompetent. And you need to feel confident. You need to feel good at the job you're doing. You need to feel like you're making a difference in this family. What about those times where we get stuck, right? Feel stuck? Anybody ever felt stuck riding with a family? Raise your hand. Yep. Hi, my name's Jared. I've been there, right? And the reality is, how often do we come into a team meeting, a child and family team meeting, or even in an interaction, and say, guys, I'm feeling kind of, I've realized that in the last couple of interactions we've had, I may have responded in a way that didn't seem very strength-based. And I recognize now that I really care about your family. And I've realized that I need to not feel stuck. Because I feel stuck. Do you feel stuck? And then making a request. Can we do something different? Can we try something new? What's something we haven't tried? Because I'm feeling stuck. Someone say, well, isn't that about you, Jared? You're damn right it is about me. Because sometimes doing loyal fidelity wraparound, you can't do it unless your staff are in a centered, good place to do it. Sharon said it earlier, a warm feeling, right? Oftentimes, I'm being offended, I'm being changed, I'm in a place that I can't wrap. Make sense? Or provide a service. So sometimes we got to bring our... Now, I'm not saying don't be going in there about your mama drama. Don't bring your mama drama or baby mama drama into the team meeting and say, I'm feeling this way and therefore can you meet that need for me? No. I'm saying that if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling like the team is moving in a direction that really doesn't seem like the team wants to go there, it's okay to say, I'm feeling like maybe I haven't got us on, as a facilitator, got us on the right track. Or maybe as a parent partner, I'm feeling like maybe I haven't been able to capture and help ensure that your voice is heard. That's all about my need, and then being able to say, can we try something different? Is there a way I could better support you, support your family moving forward? Putting it on the table. There isn't some magical supervision pill that we could give you in supervision from supervisors that makes you get unstuck. It's about first addressing yourself. And doing and I love this, and I don't really figure where I got it, but when somebody comes to a point and I realize my needs aren't met, when there's a roadway block in communication or we feel stuck, I can either do the things we talked about a minute ago, judgments, etc., or I can stop, disengage from that situation and say, what do I need, 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 what do I need? Then meet my own needs if I can, meet them from a friend at work maybe from someone in your personal life, and then get back out there and be ready to go. Oftentimes, people don't ever do that. What do I need? What do I need? What do I need right now? What do I need right now? They don't do it. They either shift the energy, oh, it's not about my needs, this is about that family, right? Or that person. As opposed to stopping in that moment and recognizing that we play a role in this communication.
And from a little bit different perspective, when you're trying to get people to agree, and you've got almost everybody on board, and then somebody on the team says, no.
Yeah, I heard a lot of laughs and some that didn't even come out. They just made the face.
It's like that momentary, like, we were almost there, right? We forget to say, well, now, John, I hear your no loud and clear. Tell me what you need in order to be able to feel more comfortable with this. Now, normally we don't ask people what they need because we don't have a clue, right? We don't have a clue, they don't have a clue. But this is a specific communication technique. What's it going to take for you to feel more comfortable with this particular intervention? Is there something that we can do to help you feel more comfortable? So I'm addressing his need, yeah?
And that's i.e. taking on the line level where you have terms and conditions or you have mandates from the court. You don't necessarily feel comfortable with doing, I don't want to go to therapy. Okay, I hear you. And the terms and conditions say that's the only way you're going to be able to get off of probation. And I know that's important to you. How can we make this therapy thing work if you got to do it? That's voice and choice, right? And that's also collaboration and integration. That's not kicking one principle out the window saying, hey, guess you ain't meeting the terms and conditions of the court because of voice and choice. That's allowing ownership over those moments by recognizing that they have a need. And many times, it's funny, I have one kid tell me, I don't like the way that office is painted. It reminds me of something I don't like. Oh, that's easy. Where's my that was easy button? Oh, wrong training, sorry. To say that was a simple fix. Or I don't like that person. I don't feel like they see me or recognize me because they smell kind of funny. Oh, okay. Right? And that's a really simple way of doing it. But we don't oftentimes have those communications.
So, this is kind of verbose, so you guys can read it yourself. Mr. Rosenberg is responsible for nonviolent communication, which is where a lot of this comes from. And he just says, tell me what you are perceiving and not your interpretation of it. So I see that you didn't take the garbage out, not you're a local poop. So that's important in terms of our wraparound. It's like talk about what you're seeing or what you're sensing, not necessarily your added value or perception of it. It's kind of like, because you're not doing this, I'm thinking you're being resistant, right? And so that's going to come out in my attitude. Rather, I'm noticing that you're not doing this. Can you tell me what your discomfort is? Don't put your value on it. So, We have 4 options when we hear a negative message, and Jared was actually alluding to this. We can blame ourselves. How does that make you feel?
Horrible.
Horrible. It's like, that's just as bad as blaming somebody else, right?
Competency, right there. How many times, like, we feel like, people come and say, oh, I just don't feel like I'm doing good enough for this family. I need to know more. I'm not doing something right.
So if we're sensing our own feelings and needs, we can sense the feelings and needs of others.